and welcome back to my channel. Hi guys. I had to cut it in the middle of this video because I realized I never addressed the elephant in the room. Yeah, I've done a lot of decorating, so I will be doing a fully decorated house tour very soon in life. I'm just finishing off with a couple of more pieces. I mean, part of me feels like, when are you ever finished? But like, my finished look of like what I'm ready to show will be up soon. So I just had to jump in and say that, like, yes, this room is very different than the last time you saw it. So it's been a few weeks and I disappeared without really saying anything because that's my specialty. No, but seriously, I have been gone for the last few weeks for a few reasons. The first reason is because my family has actually been in town. They just left the other day. And I decided when they got here, I was like, you know what? I don't want to do any social media or video making. Love you guys, but I'm pretty sure you understand what I'm talking about. I just wanted to be with my family and, you know, intimate and together. And I did a little bit of social media because there are times where things are so funny to me and I'm like, I have to film this on my Instagram story immediately. But joking. As a generalization, I've just been kind of MIA and I didn't really tell anyone, and it was 2 weeks and I'm back. I actually just dropped out of Vlogmas like a couple days before the end, didn't say anything. And so I actually have some vlogs that I'm planning on putting up from that period of time as well, especially with my brother because we just like are little camera hogs together, so we had so much fun. But yeah, hi! Today's announcement is special, as you can tell by the title. So a lot of you guys, I feel like, thought that I was not going to do How to Be Happy January this year because I not only disappeared, but I didn't say anything. And to be honest, there was a minute where I was like, am I gonna do this series this year? A few weeks ago, but then I was like, you know what? No, I am gonna do this series because I love having this conversation with you guys. And I think I had started to worry for a minute, like being tricked by my own title, like How to Be Happy January. I always trick myself, like I'm not happy all the time. And then I remember, it's not about being happy all the time or pretending that I'm an expert at happiness. It's about a conversation between us about the topic of happiness and, you know, the opposite of happiness, sadness and depression and anxiety and just all of the things, physical stuff, spiritual stuff, things that go in to the emotion and the conversation of happiness. And so today is an announcement to say that I will be doing this series, but I'm starting this week with this video as opposed to starting last week where I usually start because, like I said, my family was in town. So I am very excited about the series this year. To those of you that this is your first year joining us for this conversation, I believe this is my 6th time now doing How to Be Happy January. And just like I said a second ago, what it is a conversation between us around the topic of happiness. I am not an expert at, well, I'm really not an expert at anything, but I'm definitely not an expert at happiness. And I enjoy the back and forth that we have. And so what I do in this series is all of the videos just have to do with that topic, physical stuff, food, emotional stuff, spiritual stuff, conversations. This year I have a few tea talks that are coming up as a part of this How to Be Happy January series. And I'm so excited for you to see these conversations. And the really exciting thing is not only are you gonna see these conversations, but I have officially started a Tea Talk podcast. Now, what that is it basically means when I have these conversations with people, I will also be putting the audio up on podcast because so many of you guys have said to me for a while now that you wish that you could just stream it in your audio because video streaming takes so much data. So now if you want to just listen to Tea Talks, you can listen to them in the car on the way to work, on the bus, on the train, while you're working out, and you can hear these conversations rather than eating up all of that video data. And I really, really think you're going to want to hear these conversations because these friends of mine that stepped in to discuss happiness have so many amazing things to say that I think are going to be profound for you and potentially / hopefully is just chiming in, life-changing for you. So I don't know that I necessarily have as much to say in this intro video as I have in previous years, especially just because I've done a lot of talking about my emotions in previous months leading up to this, and things that I have dealt with in this last year. To those of you that don't know, I will direct you right now to some of those videos. I definitely dealt with like the lowest depression that I've ever dealt with. And I was actually diagnosed with depression and am now currently on medication. And, you know, it was kind of the year where in some ways, like the straw that broke the camel's back, is that the saying, with my body and just all of my physical injuries, and really coming to terms with just what's going on and the pain that I'm in and the fact that this might be the rest of my life. And how do you continue the fight if you're, you know, worried that this is going to be the rest of your life? Just a lot of things I had to come to terms with. And it made for a sad year. It also made for an exciting year, because I think that something that being sad and dealing with depression can do is it can sometimes light a fire that creates change that you didn't even know needed to change. Sometimes, oh, this is driving me crazy that he's going insane down there. Yeah, so I know for me going into this, you know, or going into 2018 and reflecting back on 2017, that was what 2017 was. And so if you're joining this video series, or, you know, actually let's probably if you're hearing me talk right now and joining this video series and you're feeling very down, I just want to encourage you by saying that oftentimes some of our lowest lows are kind of the catalyst, if that's the word, that spurs us on to the change that we need to make to create a better life. And I know that's not, sometimes it's hard to see, well, what could that change be? What's going on? What am I supposed to do? But I think there's also an element of like trusting the process, trusting the flow, and trying to take care of yourself, reflecting, praying, getting good sleep, exercising. I always give these like same wellness tips, but just trust that it's okay, you're not alone, and that this may be what you need to go through to come out the other side better and stronger and happier and living a more true to yourself kind of life. So yeah, this month is going to be full of a variety of videos because I just think there are so many things to talk about and explore. In regards to this topic, I'm gonna be trying a few different things that I've never tried before. And you can close your eyes and we're gonna take a few deep breaths and we're gonna slow our breath down. I'm specifically thinking about one video that's very new and different, and I'm really excited to see what you guys think of that video. And I just want to encourage you to join along, reflect. The hashtag HOWTOBEHAPPYJANUARY is going to be like on Twitter and Instagram. You can look that up and see who else is a part of the conversation on social media. If people are posting interesting things about different videos or topics, you can check that out as well. And I'm just excited, and I'll probably be doing some giveaways throughout the month as well, but that's like a total side note. So yeah, I just want to encourage any of you, if you're feeling like 2018, blah, just a continuation of last year, join us in this video series, join the conversation. I want to hear what you guys think, how you guys feel. If you have different opinions than me, obviously, like I always say, I'm not an expert at anything, and I'm just one person. So I want to know how you guys are feeling. And not only do I want to know, but I want us to cultivate the conversation for the community. I have been doing that a lot lately, where I'll watch videos that interest me and I end up scrolling through the comments and seeing what other people are saying, and it's really helpful and really interesting. So by you sharing, just remember, you may be a part of someone else's day. You may contribute a thought to someone else's day or a perspective that they didn't have. Got it. Okay, one other thing I wanted to say, besides the fact that I love LaCroix. These make me happy. This is something I feel like I have to say every year for the series. How to Be Happy January is not a recipe for happiness. And actually, the emotion of happiness is a very fleeting emotion. And if you spend your life chasing happiness, I think that there is a good chance it will run away from you, because I think that happiness is kind of a byproduct of other things. And sometimes, and I know this isn't necessarily a popular opinion, I think there's not really anything you can do. Like sometimes you can do all of the things. You can go work out and get a good night's sleep and drink water and pray and, you know, read the Bible and talk to friends. And some days, like my husband has said this to me a few times, some days are just sad days. And that's part of life. I feel like I have this really corny saying in my head that like variety is the spice of life. Nobody doesn't want to be happy. So that's kind of not a good saying for this, but the point is there is no, like nobody is just happy 24/7. I think joy and happiness are different. You know, choosing to be content, but there are just times where that unsettled, unhappy feeling is just there. And also, sometimes it's trying to tell you something. Like I said in the beginning, sometimes that sadness is not meant to be manipulated away, like, go away, I'm gonna be happy no matter what. Sometimes it's meant to be evaluated, like, why do I feel that way? Is that just because I need to make some lifestyle changes to set myself up for a healthy, productive, love-filled life and days? Or is it because there's something that needs to change? Am I doing something in my life that deep down in my soul I'm not happy with, and I'm forcing myself to fit into this mold that I don't need to be forcing myself to fit into, and I don't want to fit into, but I think I have to, so that I'm unhappy, and then I'm like, get happy. I don't know, did any of that make sense? Point being, I feel like I have to say that at the start of the series, that life is not all about being happy all the time. It's definitely not about being happy all the time. And no one can be happy all of the time. So it's just kind of a little, I don't know if the word is disclaimer, but I just wanted to say that. So I will see you back here very soon with really technically the first How to Be Happy January video, even though like, well, not technically, this is technically the first one, but like, you get what I mean. So I'll see you back here soon. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. And if you're not, I just want to encourage you, keep swimming. Do not give up. You do not know when the tides can turn. Things can change so fast. And all of a sudden, something that you thought was hopeless can be so hope-filled and full of life. And, you know, there's that corny saying, the sky is always darkest before the dawn. The dark is not an indicator of what will be forever. There are just seasons. There are periods of time sometimes where things are down. Wow, I'm trailing off in the oblivion, but you get what I'm saying. Just keep swimming, and I will see you back here soon. All right, bye guys.